Peace. Man. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Thursday, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all see the subject matter for the day. We talking about them striving to always get the black man to apologize for simply standing on his square, man, representing some sort of truth, having knowledge of himself. And y'all have heard me talk about that would never be a stance that I would ever take in my life. I would never apologize for having love for my people or having knowledge for myself. Never. So individuals such as myself, we gonna stay away from public platforms like that, man. We will never probably see the time of day and the light to even speak some of these truths, you know. But we know what it is, man. When some of these entertainers, when some of these celebrities get an ounce of some information regarding black people and they build on it publicly, yeah, they try to shut it down and make them apologize. And some of these people, unfortunately, they take heed to the pressure. We gotta stop doing that. Montel, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How everybody living? How everybody feeling on this wonderful Thursday? What's the word? Let me know how y'all living and feeling, man. But we got to stick to our guns, man. When we start building on these truths, when we start posting these books, when we start posting documentaries or whatever the case, whatever it is that we posting, we got to start sticking to our guns, man. No need to apologize, man, if you a knowledge seeker, Trey bien, peace, what's happening? Montel, man, everything is smooth. Everything is smooth. But yeah, it's no need to apologize for being a truth seeker, a knowledge seeker. You striving to gain some insight, some understanding. What are we apologizing for? How many people have apologized to us for all of the misinformation that's out here? It's funny. It's funny when we start building on information and everybody want to tell us the information is incorrect, inaccurate, this, that, and the third. And we done been indoctrinated within the school system that has been miseducating us and our children for how long? And nobody apologized about that. All of the fabrications and the lies that have been taught in the school system. And nobody apologizes to black people for that. We got to continue to send our children to their schools where they fabricating these truths, where they lying, where they deceiving, where they manipulating. Who is apologizing to us for that? Clocks in, peace, what's happening? Kwame, peace. Spiritual Snipes, peace. Creativity inspires the youth, peace, what's happening? So I find that very funny. Tony, peace, what's happening? I find that hilarious, matter of fact. We are in a school system. We all was indoctrinated within a school system that is telling 50% lies and probably more than that in regards to our story. They teaching us a bunch of nonsense about who created certain theories, knowing that they stole it from people who look like us, the original people of the planet Earth. And when we point it out, so if I come out and say, hey, the Pythagorean theorem that y'all teaching in schools, this actually came from the ancient Egyptian mystery school, and the ancient Egyptians look like me, they'll have me to they'll try to make me apologize for saying that. But it's an actual fact. So they got everybody thinking that they didn't came up with all these theories and created all these concepts and theories. But when you point out the truth in regards to where they got it from, they want you to apologize. They will call you whatever label they want to call you. You spewing hatred. We ain't even gonna talk about the anti-Semitic term because that term is garbage. But I done got accused of speaking hatred and things like that. I done had people tell me I'm the reason why racism is still prominent. That makes zero sense. But I didn't have people accuse me of all type of stuff. I hate white people, all type of fun stuff, man. When people start accusing me of that type of stuff, I know for a fact that I done got under your skin, and I know that I done dropped some powerful information on you. Because a lot of times when people criticize you like that and start calling you these names, they don't necessarily attack what you say. They don't say what you saying is wrong. They just say you spewing hatred or you speaking hatred. Well, let's deal with the information. Let's deal with what I'm actually talking about. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that at all. Kenyatta, peace, what's happening? CEO, peace, what's happening? Oh, Kwame, for sure. For sure. And hey, man, listen, we can get on a powerful build about that too, in regards to human, one step for man, one step for mankind. What did they say? One step for man. I forgot it. But Elijah Muhammad broke down the difference between man and mankind. They are a kind of man. We the original, you the original man. They a kind of man. We can break them down. We can really hurt their feelings. People like Kanye, Kyrie, all of them, they not well versed in this information. They may be shedding some light in certain aspects, but they not well versed in this situation. It's some people that could really hurt their feelings. These are the people that they will not allow to be seen on a public platform. The people that can hurt their feelings. Just imagine if Khalid Muhammad was still alive to this day and he had the type of platform and following that a Kanye or a Kyrie had, and the way he could attack them. You know what I mean? Like the way he could attack these white folks, the way he could attack these corporations and all of that type of nonsense, man. Like for real. It's people out here that could really hurt their feelings, man. Hey, Kyrie and them trying to be like dude trying to be nice with it a little bit. We could go, he could be going a lot harder in regards to how they coming at him, man. He could be going a lot harder. A lot harder. So that's what I'm saying, man. It couldn't be me. It could not be me. I'm not apologizing. I'm not donating any type of money to any type of situation or cause. I'm going in. I'm gonna bring books to look. Listen, I'm bringing all my books. If I'm Kyrie and they just harassing me. They coming in there with anti-Semitic shirts. I'm pulling up to the games with all of my Dr. Ben books. We the Black Jews. I'm having every book, and I'm gonna make them read that book. They be trying to make us have conversations with them and make us understand their portion of the story. Nah, I'm gonna give them all. If I'm Kyrie, I would have bought all of them a copy of Dr. Ben, We the Black Jews, and I would have gave them all a copy. All the people that was sitting in the front row of that game with the anti-Semitic shirt or fight anti-Semitism or something, at the game, I would have had all Dr. Ben books and I would have gave them a copy and I would have said, do not talk to me until y'all read this book. And that just would have been that book. When they would have read that book, I would have had several other books waiting for them. See, that's the approach I'm coming with. I ain't finna argue with y'all. I'm gonna make y'all do the knowledge that I did. We're not gonna do that. Y'all gonna do the knowledge that I did. Y'all gonna read these books. Y'all gonna study these scholars that I didn't study. This is the conversation we gonna have. That's how we gonna approach it. They want us to read their books. They want us to understand their portion of the story. But ain't nobody with all of these. Listen, all of these people that's criticizing Kyrie Irving. How many of them you think then read Dr. Ben, We the Black Jews? That's just one book. How many of them y'all think read that? CC, peace, what's happening? Lindell, peace, what's happening? A-Shep, at all. They can't stand it at all. But how many of these white Jewish people do y'all think actually read We the Black Jews by Dr. Ben? Read any work from Dr. Ben? How many of y'all think they actually did it? Like probably zero. You know what I'm saying? So it's always funny, man. When we start building on this subject matter, everybody wants to think that we have a lack of understanding in regards to history and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But then they want us to read books and all of this type of stuff from their scholars. But when we start bringing up Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Amos Wilson, even Elijah Muhammad, all of these cats, when we start bringing up their work, these white folks ain't trying to read these books, man. They not trying to read them. Ivan Van Sertima. Like they not trying to read any book written by people look like us, but they want us to study every book that they didn't wrote. Man, that ain't nah. I'm not about to read about Jews from a white dude. Like I'm not gonna do that. We already know. Listen, we already know the way people then define history. They say history is written by the winners. You know what I'm saying? Like the conquerors and things like that. It's a lot of not analogies, but it's a lot of phrases that come along with history. You know what I'm saying? What they say, his story, things like that. So we not doing that until y'all are willing to read the books and the history written by our people, I'm not about to be going on y'all side like that. Akuma, peace. What's happening? My brother Tavis, peace. Appreciate the donation for sure. We the only one, and there hasn't been another group of people in the wilderness of North America that been lied to the way we been lied to. But we the ones always gotta apologize. What group of people have been through more in the wilderness of North America than black people, the original people of the planet Earth? Who ain't been through more than us? Why are we the ones that always gotta apologize for something? We the ones that have been bullied. We the ones that have been raped, pillaged, murdered, assassinated for no reason other than the way we look, but we always apologize. Or they always trying to force us or get us to apologize. Make that make any sense? Like make that make any sense to me, man. Like make that make any sense to me. We always apologizing like that or they always trying to make us apologize. You got some people that do, you got some people that don't. You know, and it's crazy, man. I'm not apologizing for any of this. If I'm a celebrity or if I'm an entertainer and I got Elijah Muhammad book, if I got the book in the locker room, I'm not apologizing for that. Man, just because I got the book don't necessarily mean I agree 100% with what's in the book. You know, we just got the book and they want us to apologize, or we just post a video or something and they say, oh, we need to apologize. Man, that don't mean I agree with something, man. I got them, I'm doing the knowledge. Like, that don't even be making any sense, man. You could post a book. They got a lot of these athletes and entertainers afraid, man. They don't even want to post things. Man, you know good and well, a lot of these athletes know what's up, man. A lot of these athletes are reading certain books, watching certain documentaries, but they're afraid to post them because they're afraid of the backlash that they will receive. That's why, like I said, it couldn't be me. It's a reason why I'm not in those positions. Because I ain't got no fear in doing that, man. Like I said, I got millions of people following me. Cool. Y'all finna get all of these Elijah Muhammad books that I read. Y'all about to get all these Ivan Van Sertima books. We came before Columbus. Like I'm posting all of this. Blueprint to Black Power. I'm posting it all. I'm about to offend all of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to offend all the people that will get offended, and I'm not about to care. And I'm not apologizing ever. I made a video, and it still may be on here, breaking down why we refer to the white man as the devil. I ain't apologizing for that. You either understand what I'm saying or you don't. I'm not apologizing though. Hey, my ancestors gave me that piece of information. So I'm not apologizing. I'm just carrying on the information that they gave us, man. I'm carrying on the information that they supplied me with. That's all I'm doing. I'm the messenger. You know, my ancestors painted that picture for us. They told us how evil and wicked this group of people were. Hey, if the shoe don't fit, you know what I'm saying? Then you ain't got to put that shoe on. You know, but I was doing videos breaking that type of stuff down, and I'm not apologizing for it. Never would. Never will. Hey, Chef, I'm trying to tell you, even black people don't take black scholars seriously. And it's sad, man. It's sad. If it's written by somebody that looks like us, man, we don't take it seriously. We need to go, hey, it needs to get verified and confirmed by a white guy. That's how it needs to go. We need somebody white to verify what was said. Southsack, peace, what's happening? Michael, peace, what's happening? Hey, Chef, I'm trying to tell you, when I check Anta Diop, like all the books that I be reading, and when some of the white scholars review the book, that's the exact word that they use, is biased. Black extremists, things like that. Like, how can we be biased when we telling you that like the original birthplace of humanity, Africa, or the mothers and fathers of civilization, black, y'all are they are unearthing things and they are finding this all out. You know what I'm saying? They know this truth. So again, it ain't biased. They know what they doing. Chris, peace, what's happening? Tab is for sure. Kwame, you already know. Cue this, cue that, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, Tony, man, I got the Ghost of Leopold. I got that book somewhere behind me. Yes, I got the book, man, the Ghost of Leopold. I got that behind me somewhere. I got that book behind me. I got that book behind me somewhere. Hey, Chef, exactly. They be trying to punk us, man. And you know what I'm saying? And Chris, my brother, appreciate the donation. And shout out to E40, 40 Water. That's my guy. Underrated businessman right there, E40. But Chris, appreciate that donation for sure. But yeah, A-Shep, they be trying, like, literally, that's how they view us subconsciously still. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that stuff passed down to them, man. They still feel like they superior over us. So they still feel like we should stay in a child's place when we start speaking the truth to power. That's how they viewing us, you know. So when we start speaking that truth and standing up for ourselves, they like, hey, boy, you better stay in your place. Like, nah, this ain't that. We ain't going. You know, and shout out to all the brothers that ain't that's not going. Like, nah, we not going. You know, and we always got to stand up and represent that truth when we start speaking it. We can't be letting them punk us like that, man. Like, those days got to be long gone. Like, nah, if I spoke something, listen, y'all either gonna do the same knowledge that I did, read the same books that I read, or y'all gonna have to keep it pushing, because I'm not apologizing for searching for the truth. You know what I'm saying? For digging into my history, because y'all done fabricated and lied to me about mine. You know, y'all got me worshiping a president, you know what I'm saying, that owned slaves. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got me worshiping George Washington, dude owned slaves, and he ain't like black people. Y'all got us worshiping these people. Y'all got us studying and, you know, digging into their history. Founding fathers, all of them owned slaves. George Washington got his life saved by a black woman, but we not learning about that type of stuff, man, when we in school. You know, y'all got us glorifying these cats, man. Black woman saved that man's life. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These are true actual facts right here. You know, but we not learning that. Y'all somehow left that part out of history. Got us learning about these slave owning presidents, man. These wicked presidents. None of them care for black folks. They raping our women, and they having what they call mixed children that they disowning and things like that. Come on, let's get to it. They don't teach us that. So we got to go dig for the truth, because y'all leaving the truth out, and now y'all want to penalize us for doing that. If y'all just kept it honest while we was in y'all school system, we wouldn't have to go do that. But y'all not doing that though. Y'all not doing it. We indoctrinated within y'all school system. Y'all teaching us a bunch of BS. It never sits well with us, because it doesn't add up to the average mind. So then some of us say, you know what, man, I feel like I've been lied to. Let me go ahead and seek some truth. And then we come to everything we thought gets confirmed once we start searching for that truth outside of the school system. Oh, they were lying to us. Oh, okay. Then when we finally discover that, now y'all need to apologize. Nah, man, y'all need to just teach the truth. That's y'all fault. Y'all got to deal with the consequences of lying. Y'all got to deal with the consequences of trying to hide that story. The truth gonna always rise to the top, folks. So I don't know why y'all be trying to suppress it. Truth gonna always find its way to the top, man. That's a known fact. The cream always rises to the top. They done been told y'all that. Y'all can't hide this truth. Miss Nia, peace, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't play with us. We gonna build on this truth. Tavis, for sure, man. I feel like all of us are messengers. Anybody that's speaking truth to power is a messenger. And I always talk about the way I view the Bible in regards to everything being a parable or allegory or a story, you know, meant to convey a certain type of message. The whole story of Jesus, man. And we got plenty of other religions and cultures that have a similar story. That's all that's basically telling you, man, because Jesus wasn't out here with the wealthy folks. He wasn't out here with the middle class. Jesus is what we would have called a poor righteous teacher. He was out there kicking it with the brothers on the streets, and he was given freedom, justice, and equality. That's what he represented. And simply because he represented that, and he was trying to elevate those on a lower level, you get crucified for that. You get crucified for that, man. When you out here with the message of freedom, justice, and equality, and you speaking that to the masses of people, you got to get crucified. You got to get nailed to the cross. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that story was meant to convey. Anybody that's speaking that truth to power, representing freedom, justice, and equality, and they speaking that to the masses of people, and they get people to follow them, nail them to the cross. Gotta assassinate them. You can't be alive doing that. You influential. These people out here listening to you. Nail them to the cross. We're going to make an example out of this person. And that's going to instill fear in everybody that was following them. Like, whoa, Like this dude had all this information. This dude was very intelligent. They nailed him to the cross. They killed him. So then they got people afraid to gain information, gain knowledge, gain wisdom, and then speak it because they done made an example out of you. They done made an example out of the most powerful person. That's what they do. They take our most powerful people, they take our leaders, and they assassinate them in front of the world so the world can see it, so that can instill the fear in them. But nah, we done with that fear. We done with that nonsense. We know what they own. Trabian, exactly, man. They trying hard. You know, don't be surprised, man, if that brother ends up out the league. My brother Larry, you say what the way the black media is falling in line is disturbing as well. I only seen one person mention Amazon and Bezos. Oh yeah, and that we already know what they own. You know, we dealing with Sambos, we dealing with all of that type of nonsense, you know. Charles Barkley and Shaq called Kyrie Irving an idiot. Man, that's funny. You know what I mean? Like that's funny coming from them two, man. And that's funny. That's just funny. Like, yeah, I'm not finna agree with everything Kyrie Irving has said. You know, like the earth is flat. Like, I ain't of that belief. Like, I'm not of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from that type of background. Like, I don't subscribe to that. But man, hey, when you're dropping something that's kind of factual, when you're dropping something that's right and exact, I'm with you. Especially when you a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be against my brothers, man. I'm not about to be like, dude, an idiot. You know what I'm saying? When I got millions of people viewing me. But yeah, man, like these platforms, like they mad at the dude for sharing the documentary and he shared it. It was on a white platform. So criticize those folks, Jeff Bezos and them. You know what I'm saying? Boom, peace, what's happening? B Law, peace, Big Smooth, peace, what's happening? What's the word? Ronald, you already know how I go, man. You already know how I go, man. I ain't that, and that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I done came on here, broke down why we view in the 5% culture, why we talk about the white man being the devil. And I done broke down the story of Yakub, which is again, it's another allegory, it's a parable. But I didn't broke it down. You know what I mean? Like I break it down, and we not apologizing for that. If you want to cancel us, cancel us. We don't really care too much about none of that. At least we shouldn't. B Law, would you say? Do you believe we as black men are feared amongst most men? Man, 100%. The original people, the mothers and fathers of civilization gonna always be the most feared because people already know once we realize something is over because we the reason behind everything that you see. They know it. We the reason behind everything that you see, so they know how powerful we are. Behind closed doors, man, when you got some of these white masons and things like that behind closed doors, man, they worshiping black images, man. Black Madonnas, you know what I'm saying? They worshiping black gods, things like that. They doing this type of stuff behind closed doors. Like that's what they doing when they perform their rituals when we not seeing them. Man, they bowing down to black images, man, because they know the power that comes with us. You know, so of course they had this fear of us because they know the truth. You know what I'm saying? They know the truth behind closed doors. What we call the 10%, that's the bloodsuckers of the poor, meaning they know the truth, but they are intentionally misleading the masses. So they know the truth, but they are going to intentionally teach lies to the masses so that they can control them. You know, so a lot of these people at the top, these white folks at the top, man, they know exactly what I'm saying. They know exactly what a lot of these dudes are saying is right and exact. But that goes against their agenda. They have got to purposely mislead these people. They got to purposely uh, teach them lies and fabricate the truth so they can lead them in that wrong direction or continue to lead them in that wrong direction. So that's what's happening. So that's why they get nervous when a very small percentage of us actually start speaking the truth and representing that truth and standing on it. That's in opposition with their agenda. That's in opposition with how they move, and that goes against it. They can't have that. They got to suck the blood out of the poor. You know what I mean? And the only way to suck the blood out the poor is you control the information, you control the media, you control what they consume. So anybody that rises up and they say, you know what, hey, this 10% teaching y'all some lies, this is the actual truth. They got to get right on that. You know what I'm saying? For real. And peace to my brothers and sisters in the my hey, peace to my brothers and sisters in the 5%, man. For real. That culture saved my life, man. Changed my life for the better, man. Never looked back once I got knowledge of myself. Dread Mike, man. Yeah, I done read every last one of them joints. J.A. Rogers is my guy. George E.M. James, man, God, and Civilization. That's John Jackson. The world's greatest men of color. You know what I'm saying? Like Nature Knows No Color Line, man. We can go on for days just mentioning books. You know, these are some of my favorite books. And like y'all already know, Amos Wilson, anything he has ever written, I recommend y'all get from him. Spiritual Snipes, I respect you a lot. And my uncle always called himself a poor righteous teacher. Makes too much sense now. 100%. People don't understand what that term actually means. You know what I'm saying? Like people see the word poor. We living in Western society, so we don't want to associate with anything that's poor. You know what I'm saying? But we dealing with being on the poor part. You know, and the reason why we call this the poor part is because this is where, like, listen, we dealing with the lost and found, as we say, man. Most of our people here in the wilderness of North America are lost. They settling on the poor part. You know, so we come in with the righteous message and we trying to teach them what's right and exact, wake them up, elevate the minds so that we can take this land back, man. So we can take this land back. That's what it is. Chris, for sure, man. You know, Krishna, you got Addis. It's that story so similar. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of folk with that story. For sure. Sharif, man, what you say? Shaq and Chuck, some buffoons. I could tell they unlearned. And even Shannon, who I agree with most of the time, was speaking bad on Kyrie. Man, I'm trying to tell you. And I actually like want a dude I graduated with does some camera work for Shannon Sharp on his podcast. And this is a brother that I rock with. So I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I know, at least on Shannon end, man, because this brother, like I used to build on this information with that brother. So I already know they'd have had some conversations over there. You know, but it is what it is, man. But Shaq and Chuck, like I don't rock with none of that, man. I don't rock with them at all, man. Straight Sambos, they trying to protect their investment. They TNT just paid them what, like over $200 million. So of course they about to say whatever that corporation wants them to say. Call Kyrie an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that. So it's funny, Black Mason, peace, what's happening? So it's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't stand that, man. You know, I cannot stand it. You know, they calling people idiots and things like that. Then when we go out here and we get killed by these cops and things like that, they don't use the word idiot then. They don't use the word thugs then. Like they don't use they don't use that type of language, fam. You know, we got to watch how we conduct ourselves, man, when we on these public platforms, man. Like don't be calling your brother an idiot, man. Even if you disagree with what he's saying. Bro, like I said, Kyrie Irving has said some things I don't necessarily agree with, but it's like you really have a hard time understanding what Kyrie Irving actually believes in regards to what he posts. But it's like some things he done posted that I don't necessarily be like, I fool with that, or I don't fool with that. Like he got some stuff that I don't fool with, you know. But I'm not about to be like, man, bro, an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that comes up on these platforms and they say something I don't like, I ain't finna be like you an idiot, bro. Like when I got millions of viewers and I got a bunch of young black men looking up to me and watching my platform, you know, I'm not going to do that. You got to be mindful in regards to how you conduct yourself, man, when you talking about your brothers and sisters on these platforms with millions of viewers, man. Yeah, K Morgan, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to you when you if you listen, if you black and you want to see who really got your back, like I said, start speaking the truth. Start speaking the truth. You're gonna see a lot of people disown you. Man, back in the day when I had first started coming across this knowledge, man, I feel like I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if y'all didn't experience this, But I'm not, man. It was like people was afraid to communicate with me. Man, I had a chick, man, not a chick. I had a partner back then, like a homeboy. Man, he told me straight up to my face. He said, "Man, my girlfriend don't want me hanging around you because of your Facebook post." He was like, "Man, you be talking bad about religion. You be talking about the Illuminati this and talking about the government. She don't want me to associate with you." Like, he told me this straight up to my face. He told me this straight up to my face that his girlfriend at the time did not want him associate with me. I said, "All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? You make your decision. I don't really too much care. I'm still continue to say what I'm saying. I ain't trying to be friends with her. I don't need her friendship." You know what I mean? She don't like what I'm saying. She ain't got to rock with it. But I had a dude tell me that straight to my face. And I know even back then, just back when I was coming into knowledge of self, I knew it was probably certain young ladies back then that probably was dodging the kid. May have had an interest in you in the physical, but was like, "Nah, I ain't touching him, man. He talking about X, Y, and Z." So I already know that was actual facts, man. People was trying to dodge the kid, afraid to associate with you because of what you talking about, disowning you. You know what I'm saying? Because you on some stuff that ain't agreeing with the status quo. But I had my homeboy told me that straight up. Like, you might want to stay away from him because of what he talking about. Like, that's crazy. So that's crazy. Like, so that sister is basically saying, like, if it all popped off tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? She telling him not to have my back because of the stuff that I done said. That's crazy. That's wicked, man. Like, nah, don't go have his back, even though you know what I'm saying, he was probably knowing me before he knew you, but don't have his back because of what he done said. That what you telling that man? I said, "Oh, okay, okay." But this is something that, like, this was information given to me by the brother himself. Needless to say, he's still associated with me. He's still associated with me, but it's all good though. Like I said, I ain't really too much care about what she had to say. When people be telling me that, I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." You afraid to have people associate with me because I'm challenging something that you was forced to believe since you was a child. Don't be mad at me. Don't have a fear of me. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, chop it up with me so you can gain an understanding of how I came to this conclusion. Y'all know how that stuff go though. Man, be law. America lies about a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, lies about a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just pick and choose the lie. They lie about a lot, you know. Jawan, peace, what's happening? Dread Mike, for sure. You know, it's a mindset first, you know, and then it ends up creating a physical condition. But we, metaphorically speaking, we was just referring to this as the poor part simply because of, like, our story in regards to how we ended up in this position and condition that we are in, you know. My brother Chris, appreciate that donation. Yeah, they came before Columbus is my joint. Ivan Van Sertima. He got another book, Blacks in Science. Man, I'm talking, man. And then, hey, When We Ruled is another good book, man, by Robin Walker. But yeah, man, Ivan Van Sertima got another joint, Blacks in Science. And I mean, he breaking down how we responsible for a lot of scientific discoveries that you would not have thought about, or just thought in general that we were responsible for based off of our indoctrination. That's what I call it. Like, we indoctrinated, schooling and all of that. It's a difference between education and indoctrination. We was indoctrinated. We were not educated. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. Big difference. Man, Dre, hey, Dred, you already know, man. No matter, it seemed like no matter what direction you know what I'm saying, no matter what direction you go in, you gonna get some type of accusation and whatnot. Man, Kinger, man, I promise you, man, I got I gotta tap in with you, man. I be on the go so much, man. Yeah, but we see you eager, man, because I know what you said you was in Arkansas. Because we ain't even got no headquarters. We just know a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? We just know a bunch of people. We know people everywhere. We connected like that. I'm friends with a lot of them. But yeah, it don't like, and even I'm gonna go one step further than Kyrie. Just recently, you had Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was rocking the 5% chain and whatnot. And he's currently, he got blackballed. Y'all, we already know what's up. Carmelo was on some, you know what I'm saying? Like Carmelo, even in his book, he mentions the 5%ers, man. People don't know that he's influenced by the culture, man. And he was studying the lessons at a point of time. He mentions us in the book. So y'all gotta understand that was one of my favorite basketball players. That was my favorite basketball player ever since he been in the league. So I've been following that man since he was in the league. He definitely got blackballed. Definitely got blackballed for having knowledge of himself. Definitely got blackballed for having knowledge of himself. They would never admit that though. They would never admit it. So like I said, man, these players, man, like even like I said before that, you got Chris Jackson and Craig Hodges, things like that, people who done stood on a square, man, and in athletics and just in entertainment in general. You know what I mean? Like shout out to them brothers, man, because again, they putting everything on the line. Putting everything on the line. They could continue to go on about their lives, man, making their millions, but they like, look, I came across this truth. Let me go ahead and make a little sacrifice here, man. Let me go ahead and try to speak this truth to power and share some things with my folks. B-Law, man, I'm gonna have to do a whole video breakdown for that, but I got you though. I got you. Raw Fury, you say, I noticed that whenever you aware or you are educated, you talk white or act white. Yeah, that's always funny. And that's how they got us. That's how they got us brainwashed and conditioned. So when people see books behind me, again, they associate me with like white people or what I'm saying, boring or lame. That's the association. You see a brother and he got nothing but books, oh, he's lame. Or he, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. That's unfortunate that's the association. Chris for sure. Now we got a lot of hip hop artists that are what we would call jive pretenders. Meaning you got a lot of hip hop artists and MCs that I can't, like my enlightener put me on game, that they talk the language, but they didn't necessarily walk through the lessons. It's actually a very select few that are actually legitimate 5%ers based on my understanding and my bills with brothers that's been in the culture for a long time. So some of the brothers that use the language in music didn't necessarily like go through the lessons like I had to go through the lessons, the 120 as they call them. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Some of them use the language, but that's about it though. But hey, they still bringing awareness to the situation, to the cause, and all of that. But shout out to everybody, man. Hey, shout out to all the black organizations, man. Shout out to everything that's black centered, African centered, whatever you want to call it, original man centered, original woman centered. Shout out to all that. I tell people all the time, man, if you're gonna subscribe to something, at least make it black, man. We got too many spiritual systems, we got too many cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like we got too many things that we can subscribe to that were created by us that's for us. For us to be subscribing to the white folks' religion. That don't even make any sense, or the white people's culture. It makes zero sense. Like I cannot stand to see black people immersed in white culture, white religion. It's like, dude, do you know how much culture your people are responsible for? Why are you subscribing to this? Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't stand to see it. I can't stand to see it. Yeah, Chris, it's a lot of them. Yeah, I ain't gonna try to put some of them on blast. I rock with some of them, but yeah, it's a lot of them. A lot of ones that you actually would probably think are legit or not. Yeah, it's crazy. I got put on game on that as soon as I started studying. because that was, of course, that was like the introduction through music. So they had to let me know out the gate, like, hey, a lot of these dudes just rapping it, but they not living it. Lindell, exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, exactly, exactly. Chris, for sure. Indoctrination. Like I said, we not getting educated, or we didn't get educated, we got indoctrinated. So we had to unlearn, relearn, things like that. Oh, Dread Mike, 100%, man. They don't want, I was just talking about that with a client of mine yesterday, man. And she was actually surprised at what I knew in regards to like just business in general, like business investing and marketing and things like that. Just surprised. And it just be kind of crazy, man. Like I said, you have a certain image, man. People be surprised at some of the stuff that you may know. That's what that's always funny to me when people just be surprised that you know something. Like I'm not surprised that anybody knows anything, but it's like on my end, people look at me and they be like surprised that I know some things. And sometimes that can come from being an introvert, but it's like, man, dude, I ain't surprised if somebody tell me something, I'm not gonna be surprised. Like, I couldn't believe you knew that. Like, I can't believe you know that. Like, nah, I'm not underestimating anybody in regards to what they may know. I already know that the one that's not saying the most probably know a lot, or just has a lot of wisdom to share. Be law, because again, that's how that's how they done brainwashed us. That's how they done programmed us. That's how they conditioned us. All of that. That's why. And then Stockholm syndrome, we gonna roll with the oppressor. We gonna defend the oppressor more than we defend our own people. We gonna ride for the oppressor more than we ride for our own people. Like, we can't wait to get on social media and tear each other down. But not too often do I see us tear any other group down. And I'm not just saying we should wake up one day and just decide to just start talking bad about white people, Asian people, Arab, whatever. Nah, I'm saying when they do some stuff to us, we not necessarily going out of our way to get on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube to talk bad about them. When you have a bad customer service experience at a white establishment, you not running to Facebook to say, see, that's why I don't support white businesses. I be trying to support white business, but they customer service sucks. It's only when you go to a black business and you receive poor customer service that you want to put your people on blast. I have gotten bad customer service in white places, Asian places, Arab places, and I'm gonna put all of them on blast. I'm not just gonna wait till I get bad service from my people and be like, see, this is why I don't support people. I be trying to support black people. I be trying to, but to see they attitudes is this, that, and the third. Man, stop acting like you ain't never received any bad customer service from any other group of people. Come on now. Stop playing with me. Oh yeah, hey chef, you ain't gonna find nope. Yeah, you ain't gonna find the lessons online at all. Yeah, you can only get them from somebody that can walk through them. That's an enlightener. But for sure, man, all of y'all that's striving to get them lessons, man, hit me up. We can start building. Cause your boy got them. I keep my book bag, man. I keep my lessons on me at all times, man. We don't. People think, like I said, if they ever get me, they gonna get all of my stuff, man, because I can keep it all on me, man. Here go my lessons right here, man. Boom, we in there. I got them all right here. Here go my lessons. Here they go. You got to memorize all these joints. Then you become official. That's why a lot of people don't want to do it, because you got to memorize all these word for word. Can't mess nothing up. Demonstrate that mental power. Hey, wise, peace for sure. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I strive to encourage all brothers to do that. We got to strive for ownership. That's one thing listen, when I got the information, when they start telling me that the black man was God and things like that, and they start telling me that the original man is the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe, like I listen to maker and owner. So I say, listen, if we these powerful beings, we got to start valuing ownership. So I'm always pushing my black brothers to own, man. Like that's one of the keys to our liberation is ownership. Us black men owning a lot. You know, I preach that all the time. I ain't even gonna say preach it. I teach that all the time. Ownership. Like all of my brothers, we should be striving for ownership. Like seriously, we should be striving to own some things. Like for real, man. I'll be law for sure. Like loving each other is hard again because we hate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That self hatred that they didn't instill in us. You know, it's got us. We warring with each other in from all different angles. You know, black we finna argue with each other. We gonna argue with our sisters. The sisters gonna argue with each other. It's all bad out here, man. Then we might get caught in the crossfire. Like it's bad out here, man. You know, and it's ridiculous, man. I could say something that's 100% peaceful, and somebody gonna try to find a problem with it. You know, Andre Peace, what's that? And you say someone got mad at me for telling them we supposed to hold our own people accountable and never allow an outsider to bash them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is we getting mad at that for? Like, that's crazy. Shakira Peace, what's happening? Oh yeah, Dread Mike, you know what I'm saying? Like they say, man, you want to hide something from the black man, put it in a book. They know what it is. They made us despise reading by indoctrinating us with these dry textbooks. So then we grow up to have a disdain towards reading. We cannot stand reading because these textbooks that we had to read in elementary school, middle school, and high school was so dry. Like we can't wait to free ourselves from having to read. So now we just got this disdain towards reading. You know, so then they start putting all the truths in these books because now they done made us hate reading. Man, Chris, I'm trying to tell you. Now, fortunately enough, I ain't had an experience yet. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't seen it. I didn't just seen that happen. I seen it. I've seen it happen several times. Like I ain't had nobody get up on that joint and bash me yet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've seen it. And it's just it'd be crazy, man. Like it's ridiculous and it's but the crazy part though, the crazy part, like I haven't seen it, but it's like when you have great customers, so like not a lot of times do people get on Facebook and just shout you out for your customer service when you are a black business and say, oh, this customer service here is great. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't get highlighted. It's only when things go bad that everybody want to run on social media and go crazy. But like when the experience is great, consistently great, you know what I'm saying? Like mothers don't be really want to say nothing. No, you gotta keep that same energy towards that. Hey, wise man, that's peace, man. Respect. That's peace, though. You already know. That's peace, man. I'm glad I could be some source of inspiration, man. Cause like I said, man, y'all know my journey, man. A lot of y'all know my struggle and whatnot, my struggles. So you know, when I be talking to y'all, I be talking to myself a lot of times, man. I'm always working on myself, you know. So I'm always appreciative, man, when people just studying the moves that I'm making, some of the things that I'm saying and whatnot, and just finding some inspiration in it, man, and applying these things to their lives, man, to become better men, fathers, brothers, all of that good stuff. My brother Antonio, peace, what's happening? Yeah, he not going. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if dude just somehow ends up out of the league, man. Wouldn't even be surprised. Brian, peace, G, what's happening? Rodney, peace, what's happening? You said I once thought about running for mayor, senator, or even being a part of a local community board. What's your thoughts on going into politics as a black man and making a difference for my community? Man, you know what I mean? Like everybody got their view towards local politics being the answer to solve a lot of these problems. And I mean, man, that might be a start, but y'all know how I get with politics, man. At the end of the day, like The higher up you go in that joint, man, the more corrupted that it gets. You know, I just feel like honestly, we need to just start. We need to create our own system, man, and just start doing things our own way. You know, instead of trying to immerse ourselves in their already corrupted system and try to change the game from that angle. Like that ain't even gonna work. You know, because man, politics, even on the local level, starts to get corrupted. We didn't just had a situation in, like I said, in St. Louis involving the aldermen. Man, they got caught up in some nonsense. And some of these brothers be talking just like how I'm talking. They got caught up in some scams though. I think one of the brothers is a Muslim brother, NOI brother. You know what I'm saying? Got caught up in some nonsense. Man, that politics, it be getting wicked, even on the local level, man. You know, and you just be having to fight against all of that, man. It just be wickedness. It's too much wickedness in politics for me, man. Even on a local level, fam. Even on a local level, man, that wickedness is just ridiculous, man. So I feel like those of us, man, that got this knowledge, you know, those of us that striving to be on the righteous path, man, we just need to group together and we just need to start from there. You know, that's how I view this situation, man. Because again, we didn't try to do this thing a million different ways, utilizing their system. It just ain't what this system is meant for. Like this system is not meant for us to better ourselves and elevate our people. We didn't create any aspect of this system. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be hard for us to completely change the game by utilizing their system in any way, shape, or form. We need to just start, like I said, we need to just start doing our own things, man. First and foremost, like that's what we need to do. Because again, once we start immersing ourselves, I see it too many times. Once we start getting into their system, dudes get corrupted. Dudes get corrupt, man. Like I said, the aldermen up in the St. Louis area, man, they got corrupted. Man, they got corrupted, fam. Like they got corrupted big time. What they say, politics is war without guns and things like that. Like it just started getting a little too wicked for the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? It gets too wicked out here, man. Like I feel like nowadays, man, like with the way the world is, we always say the babies are the greatest, right? So I feel like the best thing that you can do is reach the babies, reach the kids. And I don't think like that, like the politics and all that, that ain't necessarily like we could reach the kids without having to immerse ourselves in that system. You want to reach the babies. We be trying to reach grown folks. We be trying to reach the people that look like, nah, we want to reach the babies. We want to make sure the babies getting this truth. You know, we need to make sure the babies, the kids, the children, what they say, Wu-Tang is for the children. We need to make sure the babies are getting this truth. That's where it starts. We need to hit the babies, fam. We need to make sure the babies getting their heads on straight. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure we teaching the babies what's right and exact. That's the most important thing right now. Teaching the babies what's right and exact. We keep neglecting and ignoring the babies. Like that's what people don't understand. When we at odds with our women, the babies are suffering. This is how these cycles continue. You know what I'm saying? This is how these cycles continue because everybody neglects the babies, man. Who teaching these babies what's right and exact? They didn't created a system to where we got to overwork ourselves. So now our like the babies spend more time in this system than they do with the parents at the crib because now you got to work 17 jobs to earn a decent living to keep your lights on. You know what I'm saying? So we got to create environments to where we can teach the babies what's right and exact. And then the babies are going to be the ones that implement this whole creative system that we talking about. That's what we got to do. We got to instill these things in them, instill these things in the youth. Like, hey, the founder of the 5%, that's what he said. He said, man, we teaching the babies, man. We not trying to teach these adults. We teaching the babies. The babies are the greatest. We teaching the future. Trio, no sir. Not yet. Aaron Peace, what's happening? Lindell, man, you already know. You already know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? On white images and all of that type of stuff, man. You already know how I feel about that. First of all, you know, this that white image of Christ, if they want to start talking about what's inaccurate and who needs to apologize, somebody that's white needs to come apologize to all the black folks that got a white image of Jesus in their crib and in their church. somebody needs to apologize and be like, we are sorry for misleading y'all with this inaccurate depiction of this guy. If he existed, he could not have looked like this. We are sorry. Who has apologized to us for that? I don't see no apology floating around for something like that. But hey, it is what it is, though. But then the moment I say, hey, if this guy existed, he would have been black. Now they want me to apologize. For what? You know what I mean? Like, for what? I'm not apologizing for that. You know what I'm saying? It's an actual fact. What am I apologizing for? You know, so that's the world. That's the world that we live in, man. I can't stand seeing that white image of. I just can't stand seeing that, man. For real, I can't stand seeing if it was an accurate picture. Like, if you had a picture of an actual person that was white that you just fooled with, that's one thing. But man, you got an inaccurate picture of a white person in there that they done made you worship. I don't have time for that. Be law, man. You already know. Hey, I ain't saying sorry at all. I ain't gonna say sorry for anything that I've ever said, especially in their direction. I said what I said and I meant what I said. Like I said, that's why I know that's why a lot of doors have closing on me that never opened in the first place. Because I came out the gate like 18, 19 speaking this information. So I never had the door. The doors was never open. You know what I'm saying? Like they was never open in the first place. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I've never stood down. Y'all have never seen me switch up and change up my perspective. You know? That's the thing. I've never switched up. Like I've never switched up at all. Like at all. But yeah, I ain't gonna never apologize though. You know, never apologize for anything that I'm saying, like at all. That's never going to happen. Yeah, that's never going to happen at all. But y'all, man, I got phone buzzing, phone going off, man. I wish I had a little bit more time to chop it up and build, but I do not. Y'all know I'm always on the go because hey, this black man got to build, man. I got to get it from the mud. You know, I got to do my own thing. Corporate America don't fool with the kid. Hey, somebody like me that been blackballed from corporate America for speaking truth to power. But you know, the little old me's, the little old you's, we don't get discussed. You know what I'm saying? Like, world don't know about us like that. You know, so it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But shout out to the little old me's, the little old you's that's out here dropping the truth to power, staying truthful, standing on that square, you know. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep building, black man. Keep building, black woman. Represent that truth. Stand on that truth at all times. Take care of your health. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't gonna be able to win any type of war, any type of battle, any type of fight if we not healthy, mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? So take care of yourselves out here, man. But I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday, man. I'm gonna try to tap back in with y'all. Matter of fact, hold up before I go. Let me give y'all this book. This is a great book right here, though. The Cellular Wellness Solution, man. This book is about herbs, man. It's a thick book about herbs, man. I definitely recommend this book, man. The Cellular Wellness Solution. Grab this book, man. This book is about herbs. It'll give you the game on some herbs. Get that book, man. That's speaking of health. But I'm out, man. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday, man. I'm gonna try to catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all take it easy out here. I appreciate the donations, the comments, all the love. But I'm out, y'all. Peace.